This is question number 25 on the November 2014 non-calculator paper. This question is about graph transformations, and it's usually one of the last questions in the paper, popular in the non-calculator papers. So let's look at the question. They've been given this graph here, and there's a set of coordinates that they've given. Let's see what they say. The diagram shows part of a curve with equation y is equal to f of x. The coordinates of the minimum point on the curve are 3, minus 4. Write down the coordinates of the minimum point of the curve with equation, and they've given us 3 sets of transformations that they want us to work out, and write down the coordinates for that minimum point when those transformations occur. So let's look at each of them in turn. The first one is y is equal to f of x plus 3. Now, f of x plus 3 just means that you're moving the graph up 3 units. So the whole thing just moves upwards 3 units. That means that the x value is going to stay exactly the same because the whole thing is just going to move upwards 3 units. So x is still going to be 3. And if it moves up 3 units, the y value is going to go upwards by 3. So right now it's at minus 4. If it goes upwards by 3, minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1. So that's where the minimum point is going to become. Okay, then this next one, this is a squashing by a factor of 2. So that means all the x values are going to be squashed by a factor of 2. The y values remain pretty much the same. So I know the y value is going to stay as minus 4, but the x value is going to be squashed, pushed closer to the y-axis by a factor of 2. In other words, 3 is going to be halved, and that's going to give me 1.5. This is a fact that you just need to know, and you make sure you do know it and you do understand it. Okay, this one here is going to be a change in all the x values because we're putting a minus sign in front of the x, so all the x values are going to become negative, or the opposite of whatever they are. If it's negative, it's going to become positive. If it's positive, it's going to become negative. In other words, it's a reflection in the y-axis. Right? That's a complicated way of saying it, but a really straightforward way of thinking about it is x here is 3, so x is going to become minus 3. And the y value will stay the same. Okay, so you need to maybe know all your graph transformation rules to be able to answer this one. It is a tricky question, right? But make sure you know your rules and you will be able to do them.